Have you ever felt tired for no reason, struggled to focus, or found yourself weaker than usual even though you eat regularly and try to stay active? What if I told you that some of the most frustrating symptoms of aging may actually have nothing to do with age at all? In this episode, we'll uncover the hidden world of nutrient deficiencies in older adults, silent imbalances that are often misdiagnosed, overlooked, or mistaken for just getting old. You'll discover how missing just one vitamin or mineral like B12, D, iron, or magnesium can lead to memory lapses, fatigue, muscle weakness, dizziness, depression, and even increase your risk of falls or hospitalization. We'll look at real stories of seniors who turned their health around once the root cause was discovered, and we'll show you how to do the same. We'll also reveal which nutrients are most commonly deficient after age 60. How medications and chronic diseases affect your nutrient absorption, and what blood tests you should ask your doctor about even if you feel fine. This isn't about fancy diets or expensive supplements. It's about giving your body what it's quietly begging for. And whether you're 65 or 85, it's not too late to restore your energy, your strength, and your independence. Let's begin. Most people assume that if an older adult is eating 3 meals a day, they must be well nourished. But the truth is far more complicated. After age 60, the body undergoes a number of physiological changes that silently reduce its ability to absorb and retain essential nutrients even if a person eats normally. Stomach acid levels drop, appetite may decline. Medications interfere with digestion, and chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney issues further alter how nutrients are processed. This means that an elderly person can be eating every day and still be malnourished. It's called hidden hunger, a state where the quantity of food is enough, but the quality and nutrient absorption are not. And it's more common than you might think. According to the National Council on Aging, up to 1 in 3 older adults in the U.S. is at risk of nutritional deficiencies, and many don't even know it. The CDC highlights that older adults are especially vulnerable to low levels of vitamin B12, vitamin D, calcium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. These deficiencies often creep in slowly and present as vague symptoms, feeling not quite right, chronic fatigue, forgetfulness, muscle cramps, poor wound healing, mood swings, or depression. Often, these are mistaken for signs of normal aging. Let's take Margaret, for example, a 78-year-old widow who lives alone and takes pride in cooking her meals every day. For months, she felt tired, foggy, and emotionally flat. Her doctor initially chalked it up to grief and aging. But a simple blood test showed that Margaret had dangerously low vitamin B12 and D levels. With proper dietary guidance and supplements, her energy returned, her focus improved, and she finally felt like herself again. Stories like Margaret's are not rare. They're alarmingly common. And that's why understanding this hidden epidemic is so urgent. In the next sections, we'll break down the specific nutrients that older adults tend to lack, how to spot the signs early, and most importantly, how to fix it before it leads to more serious consequences. Let's start with one of the most common and most overlooked nutrient deficiencies in seniors, vitamin B12. B12 is essential for the production of red blood cells, proper nerve function, and brain health. Without enough of it, the body begins to misfire in ways that are often subtle at first but devastating over time. The early symptoms, they can seem unrelated. numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, unexplained fatigue, memory problems, mood changes, and even balance issues. For many older adults, these signs are brushed off as just getting older, but in reality, they may be the body sending urgent warning signals. The challenge is that B12 becomes harder to absorb with age. The stomach produces less acid, which is needed to extract B12 from food. And certain medications like metformin for diabetes or proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux interfere even further. In fact, the National Institutes of Health (NIH) states that up to 20% of people over age 60 may have borderline or low B12 levels. Take Robert, for example, a 74-year-old retired math teacher. Over the past year, he started misplacing things, forgetting appointments, and feeling unusually low energy. His wife worried he was developing early dementia, but a B12 test revealed the truth. After a few weeks of B12 injections and dietary changes, Robert's clarity returned. His wife described it as getting my husband back. This is why routine screening for B12 deficiency is so important, especially in older adults who experience cognitive changes, balance issues, or neuropathy. So how do you get more B12? Naturally, it's found in animal-based foods, meat, fish, eggs, dairy. But for those with low levels, diet alone may not be enough. Supplements either in oral form or injections can safely restore optimal levels when monitored by a healthcare provider. If you or someone you love is over 60 and experiencing unusual fatigue, brain fog, or nerve tingling, don't wait. A simple blood test could change everything. Another widespread and deeply underestimated deficiency in seniors is vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption, bone strength, muscle function, immune health, and even mood regulation. Without enough of it, bones weaken silently, muscles lose strength, and the risk of fractures, especially hip fractures, skyrockets. The CDC and NHS both identify vitamin D deficiency as a leading factor in fall-related injuries among older adults. And here's the problem. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Many seniors also spend more time indoors, and those with darker skin tones are at even greater risk. Add to that chronic conditions like osteoporosis or kidney disease, and the deficiency deepens. Let's meet Eleanor, 81, a retired librarian who enjoyed gardening. She began having trouble standing up from chairs and complained of persistent leg pain. One morning, she slipped in the kitchen and fractured her hip. It wasn't just a fall. It was the result of years of gradual bone loss, fueled by low vitamin D and calcium levels. Fortunately, Eleanor recovered, but she now takes daily vitamin D3, eats calcium-rich meals, and gets short, safe sun exposure every morning. She's stronger, steadier, and more confident. Good sources of calcium include leafy greens, dairy products, almonds, fortified plant-based milks. And for vitamin D, egg yolks, fatty fish like salmon, fortified cereals, supplements when necessary. Recent studies also emphasize the role of vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium to the bones and away from arteries, improving both bone and heart health. So if you're over 60 and haven't had your vitamin D levels checked recently, it may be time. One simple blood test can help you avoid years of pain, weakness, or worse. Your bones carry your life. It's time we carry them back. Some nutrient deficiencies don't just affect bones or memory, they can deeply impact how you feel, both physically and emotionally. Let's talk about iron, zinc, and magnesium, three minerals often forgotten, but absolutely essential for older adults. Iron helps transport oxygen in the blood. When levels drop, so does your energy. The signs? Chronic fatigue, pale skin, shortness of breath, dizziness, cold hands and feet. Iron deficiency in seniors is often linked to poor diet, internal bleeding, or long-term use of medications like NSAIDs. It's also more common in women and in people with kidney disease. Zinc plays a crucial role in immune function, wound healing, and even taste and smell. A deficiency can lead to frequent infections, slow wound healing, loss of appetite, hair thinning, mood disturbances. Many older adults lose their sense of taste gradually not because of age alone, but due to zinc deficiency. This leads to reduced appetite, further malnutrition, and a dangerous cycle. Magnesium affects nerve and muscle function, blood pressure, and mood balance. Low levels can cause muscle cramps, irritability, sleep problems, irregular heartbeat, anxiety, or depressive symptoms. Sadly, magnesium deficiency is rarely tested unless there's a specific concern, but it can make daily life feel harder than it should be. Let's take Carlos, 76, a retired bus driver. Over time, he felt constantly tired. His legs would cramp at night, and he began to feel emotionally off. His doctor suspected depression, but blood work showed low iron and magnesium levels. With dietary changes and targeted supplements, his physical and emotional vitality returned. These minerals may be small, but their impact is huge. Fortunately, they can be found in accessible foods: iron, red meat, lentils, spinach, fortified cereals, zinc, pumpkin seeds, beans, seafood, whole grains, magnesium, leafy greens, nuts, avocado, whole grains. And if diet isn't enough, supplements under medical guidance can help. The key? Don't assume it's all in your head. Sometimes the body is simply undernourished and it's trying to tell you. Even when someone eats well, exercises, and takes supplements, they can still suffer from nutrient deficiencies. Why? Because many common medications and chronic diseases interfere with nutrient absorption. And this is a problem that affects millions of older adults. Let's start with medications. Take metformin, a widely prescribed drug for type 2 diabetes. It's effective, but it also depletes vitamin B12 over time. Many seniors on metformin develop numbness, weakness, or cognitive fog without realizing their medication is part of the cause. Then there are proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, medications like omeprazole or lansoprazole, used for acid reflux. These reduce stomach acid, which might ease heartburn, but also blocks the absorption of B12, magnesium, and calcium, increasing the risk of fractures, cramps, and anemia. Diuretics, often used to manage high blood pressure or heart failure, flush out excess fluids, but along with them, they flush out potassium, magnesium, and zinc. The result? Fatigue, muscle weakness, and irregular heartbeat. Statins, prescribed to lower cholesterol, have been linked to CoQ10 deficiency, which may contribute to muscle pain and reduced energy. Now let's consider chronic diseases. People with chronic kidney disease, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, or gastric bypass history often have impaired absorption of key nutrients, especially iron, calcium, and fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. And the sad reality is that these effects build up silently. Take Barbara, 79, who has lived with hypertension and reflux for over a decade. She began feeling weak, lightheaded, and mentally foggy. Her doctors treated her symptoms individually, but it wasn't until a geriatric nutritionist reviewed her full medication list that the pattern became clear. She was medicated into a nutritional deficit. With coordinated care, Barbara adjusted her medications, added specific supplements, and now works closely with her health team to monitor her levels. This is why older adults, especially those taking multiple prescriptions, should regularly check for nutrient-drug interactions. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Talk to your doctor, pharmacist, or dietitian. Bring a list of all medications and supplements and ask, could any of these be affecting my nutrient levels? Sometimes the solution isn't more medicine. Sometimes it's simply restoring what the body has lost. So far, we've uncovered the silent threat of nutrient deficiencies in older adults and how they often masquerade as fatigue, weakness, memory loss, or even depression. But knowledge alone isn't enough. What matters now is, how do we fix it and prevent it from happening again? The good news is, recovery is absolutely possible. It starts with a mindset shift. Food is not just fuel, it's medicine. Let's outline a practical plan, step by step. Step 1. Build a nutrient-dense playtime for meals that deliver the most nutrition per bite. This includes leafy greens, spinach, kale, chard, colorful vegetables, carrots, bell peppers, squash, whole grains, quinoa, oats, brown rice, protein sources, eggs, beans, fish, lean meats, healthy fats, avocado, nuts, olive oil, fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut. Avoid ultra-processed foods with empty calories. Prioritize freshness, color, and variety. Step 2. Review medications regularly. Bring all your medications and supplements, even over-the-counter ones, to every doctor's appointment. Ask, could any of these be causing nutrient losses? Request blood tests for vitamin B12, vitamin D, iron, magnesium, calcium, zinc. Make it part of your annual checkup routine. Step 3. Supplement wisely. If deficiencies are confirmed, supplements may be necessary, but never self-prescribe. Always follow dosage guidelines. Choose third-party tested brands. Ask your pharmacist. Some may need B12 injections. Others might require vitamin D3 with K2 or iron with vitamin C for better absorption. Work with your health team to personalize your plan. Step 4. Track progress. A simple health journal or app to log energy levels, sleep quality, mood, physical symptoms. Watch how they change as your nutrition improves. Share it with your provider. Step 5. Create a support system. Share meals with family or friends. Join a local senior nutrition class or community cooking group. Ask your caregiver to help with grocery planning. Nutrition isn't just about nutrients. It's about dignity, connection, and quality of life. Let's revisit Margaret. After years of feeling drained and unfocused, she worked with a dietitian who adjusted her meals, introduced a B12 supplement, and helped her reframe her daily routine. Today, at 82, she leads a walking group at her retirement center, energized, sharp, and proud. And Carlos? His night cramps and low mood faded after adding magnesium and iron-rich foods, along with physician-guided supplements. He now sleeps soundly and enjoys weekly bike rides with his grandson. You, too, can reclaim your energy, clarity, and strength one nutrient at a time. You don't have to settle for getting older, because healthy aging begins with nourishment. Aging is not the enemy, but neglecting what the body truly needs that is what steals our energy, clarity, and joy. Too often, older adults live with silent suffering, fatigue that doesn't go away, memory lapses that cause worry, aches, mood shifts, dizziness. And behind it all, there may be a simple cause and a simple solution. Nutrient deficiencies are not a weakness. They're not your fault. They're a sign, a message from your body. Help me restore balance. And when we truly listen, the results can be life-changing. Because nutrition isn't just about food. It's about protecting your independence, preserving your identity, and reclaiming your vitality. To every older adult watching this, you deserve to feel well. You deserve to be heard. And you deserve a care team that looks beyond age, beyond assumptions, and asks the right questions. Start by asking your own. Have I had my nutrient levels checked recently? Could my medications be affecting my body in ways I don't realize? Am I eating to survive or to thrive? And if you're a caregiver, a family member, or a health professional, become an advocate. Sometimes a conversation can be the first step toward a longer, fuller, stronger life. Because aging with dignity begins with nourishment, and nourishment begins with attention. You are not invisible. Your health is not a mystery. Your life is not on pause. It's still yours and it's still unfolding. Take care of your body. Feed it well, and it will carry you forward, one nutrient at a time.